What's up, guys? It is January 8th. Today was another losing day. Today was definitely one of the tougher days I've seen in a while. As you can see, we stayed very range bound. I would say that it was search and destroy for sure, because we have this high, takes out the low, takes out the high, takes out the low, takes out the high again. So price is kind of consolidating in this area, and so any trade here would not have worked out in our favor. It seems there was one that I saw that did work out, and unfortunately I did not take it. Two of them actually. So starting out this morning, I came in with a bearish bias. I actually wanted price to move on up into this buy side liquidity that I have marked out right here, tapping into that 4-hour fair value gap, and then selling off into this low right here. So that was my target. I do think we're going to see that with these relative equal lows that we have on the 4-hour chart right there and there. This one. I think we're going to see that probably Friday at this point, just because of how price has reacted. Here at this 4-hour, we failed to claim back up within the range. We take out that low, but there's no displacement higher, so obviously it just seems like it's bearish. We're going to move on down into this area and then potentially retrace back on up. So that was my game plan for today. I did not expect this choppy action, to be completely honest. Very unfortunate that we had that. I took a couple losses that were unnecessary. So we had this 1-hour fair value gap right here that we have been holding the entire day. We did not break that. We had these lows right here. The only thing that kind of made me somewhat bullish was the fact that we had this accumulation above the daily open, then manipulated lower, taking out that low. So I was expecting some kind of push on up into that buy side. But then at the same time, I was also expecting downside because of the fact that we had this 1-hour fair value gap right there that did not break. So I was kind of 50-50 on my bias. We were getting no kind of move that showed any kind of movement, any kind of bias. So unfortunately, I got caught up in the chop. Here at the open, we had this 15-minute fair value gap right there. At the 10:15 candle, this candle right here, we did invalidate that. So I wanted to get into shorts, but we'll see what I took and why. But regardless, everything supported a bearish bias. I was showing just bearishness overall. I marked out this 15-minute fair value gap right there. I wanted to close above that to validate longs if we were not going to go short. So yeah, that was the game plan pretty much. Coming into the market open, right, we pump on up into this level of buy side liquidity, tapping into that 15-minute fair value gap. Was also within OTE of this price leg right here. So I did mark out these two fair value gaps that we have right here. Here's number 1 and here's number 2. I considered taking a short here and putting the stop above the high. It was during the macro session, so it played out, but I hesitated just because I've been burnt in the past. It's from so many times of trying to do that and it's stopping me out. So I guess it's coming back to that it will do that, right? If the setup is there, just take it. So I'm gonna have to be more aggressive with my entries again, because it seems like that's been working out lately. So that's okay. We adjust as we move on. Being safe does not seem to be working, especially with days like today. Yesterday, I took a couple dumb trades too, but for today specifically, waiting for some kind of retracement and then continuation did not work out. I actually took this trade right here where we moved on up into premium off of this leg right here. It seemed like it was working out well in the fact that we were in Q4. I was expecting downside, further downside, because we did deliver away from this 15-minute imbalance. So I saw the 1-minute fair value gap right there, got inverted. The safer play would have been obviously waiting for this lower one, but I did not wait for that. I wanted to get an aggressive entry and at least to come down to this low and then further down, and unfortunately I got stopped out on that one. The next trade was actually a long trade. I figured because we were just staircasing on up and creating higher highs, and the fact that we failed to push down away from premium, coming on up here and then pushing down again and then coming right back up to it, it showed to me that price action wanted to go higher. And unfortunately on this trade, I was long. I entered in long on the invalidation of this imbalance right here. Price closes above it, and I'm kind of just hanging on there, just waiting to see what it's going to do. and I liked that it was holding it so far, and so I decided that I'm going to take it. We were also within that 5-minute fair value gap right there, and so I took that, put my stop below that swing low right there, and unfortunately that came crashing down and stopped me out, and then ramped on up to my price target number 1, which was the high of day, unfortunately. So once it got stopped out here, I noticed that we were moved back on up, inverting this right here. So this could have been an entry you could have waited for after that sweep right there. Unfortunately, I got stopped out on that one, and then once I saw price started to move back on up, I decided to actually take a long entry here. It was in Q3 of quarterly theory, and so that was okay for me because I wanted to see now how price is reacting outside of just the macros itself. And I unfortunately did not take profit. Price moved all the way up to a 1 to 3.4, 1 to 1.6. I was break even on the day here on this trade off of these two trades because I believe I closed this one out early. Yeah, I closed this one out early at the invalidation of that 1 minute imbalance off of this price leg here. This was the one that I expected price to hold up, but when we failed, then I was obviously we were gonna head lower. So I had a full 1 hour loss, 1.5 loss here, and this hit a 1.6 almost. So as you can see, I was slightly in profit for the day, and I should have taken it off. I should have taken off my profits there, but I was greedy and I was expecting price to move higher. But at least I put my stop to break even right here. And now at the 11:50 to 12:10 macro, this was perfect. It was the best trade that I saw today. Was this inversion? Literally, what my stop out was the entry. I should have reversed. I thought about it, hesitated because I was already sour about the fact that this I didn't take profit on it and I was break even. But had I taken this trade, it would have been a nice 1 to 2.29 risk to reward as I was targeting. Not just the low of day here, but the further low down there. So that was a 1 to 2.3 risk to reward. That would have been perfect. It fit everything: time, price. This one too, time and price. We had come out, we had swept out that high, and we created that inversion perfectly. Is the model that I trade. And unfortunately, it was the only one that I hesitated on because I had already taken 1, 2, 3 trades today, and I was like, yeah, 3 is too much. But then I go on to trade some more. So today, as you can see, was not disciplined whatsoever. I did not trade the way I should have. Unfortunately, oh wait, that's the wrong macro thing. This is the right one. So yeah, that was the lunch one right there. Here, when I saw that we took out the low for the day, started to come back on up, and I was like, all right, we're pretty bullish now. It seems if we're coming back up into this area, there's literally no reason for it not to continue going higher. So I decide to take the inversion of this bearish fair value gap right there, holding that 1 minute, and I got stopped out on this one. I went lighter risk on this, and I was targeting that buy side liquidity level up here. And then, price started to drop, came down into discount, and then here at this price leg right here, I was like, yeah, this is going to continue going higher. So I limit ordered in once this got invalidated right there. It was not just one, but the second one, I went in with 1 contract. It was up a little bit, put my stop to break even, came, stopped me out. My target was literally high of day, and that would have been a 1 to 2 risk to reward. And I only took 1 contract because I just did not want to continue losing. And unfortunately, this got stopped out before it went to hit take profit. So not my day today. Hasn't been my day yesterday or today. This week overall was tough. I am on a losing streak, unfortunately, 2 days in a row. And then the day before that was a break-even day. But hey, it happens. My risk management has been holding my account intact. I'm able to trade another day, and I should not let the losses from today and yesterday affect me into my trading tomorrow. Price has been wonky. I have to be a little more flexible with my rules, it seems, and more quick and versatile with my reactions to price. I should have entered here. I should have reversed that there. I was doing that before in the past, but I became a little more conservative during these last couple of months. But it seems like I should loosen up on those areas because it seems like it's still working out how it used to be. Hey, price changes, it's totally fine. What worked before may not be working now, and you just have to adjust. The market is always changing, so you have to adjust yourself too. So I hope you guys ended up green. If not, don't sweat it. Today was extremely hard. These search and destroy days are not fun at all. very choppy action and little to no direction. There was one good drop, another good drop, and interestingly enough, the two plays that worked out really well were shorts. And having that short bias, it tapped into that 1 hour fair value gap 2 times. So it is what it is. There's nothing much you can do about it. Tomorrow is another day off due to the funeral of President Jimmy Carter. Rest in peace. And we will be back on Friday. So we'll see. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your night and enjoy your day off tomorrow. Peace.